should just let her listen.
I just got an email or a text from Patrick Kennedy, who was honored this week at the Robert Shapiro event for sobriety. Says the event was fun. They had Chris Lawford there and Bobby Shriver. Bobby Shriver, if you're listening, he never stops talking. Recovery. What were we talking about?
Well, we were talking.
Oh, wait a minute. Do you have a turntable?
I do not have a turntable right now.
I got to get one.
Let's
get them together.
Let's go shopping. Yay! No, I've.
God,
no, I know. I was just laughing because we were talking about. I asked you if you played fantasy football.
Oh yeah, I got to hear this story.
And so,
by the way, I did sports. I did the NFL today. I did all the football for years.
Yeah.
So if you're a certain age, you grew up with me. You woke up on Sunday morning, my voice was screaming across your kitchen. But I hate fantasy football.
I have never been lured in.
And by the way, if one more person comes up and goes, Pat, who should I take?
Yeah.
And all the players tell me that people that interrupt their dinners. Okay, dude, I need another tackle from me this weekend.
I resisted. I actually used to write for CBS Sports and they used to do Thursday Night Football, and I used to write for their Twitter account. So I wrote for all the stuff, fantasy, all this stuff, and I never got in. Finally this year, some bunch of comedians talked me in last minute getting into one of these leagues. I don't know anything. I know very little. So who do I draft first round? Adrian Peterson. Who do I draft second? Russell Wilson.
I don't know what's going on.
Wait a second. Russell Wilson is the second one I draft.
Right.
Then I draft Danny Woodhead from San Diego.
Right.
So let me just tell you how my first 2 weeks have gone. The first week, Russell Simmons, Russell Wilson gets 3 points,
right,
which is like awful. Adrian Peterson, my number one pick the first week, gets 3.1 picks.
Right.
3.1 points. Danny Woodhead does phenomenal. I lose horribly in my first week matchup. Horribly. Second week, all I need. Now, I replace Russell Wilson with Matt Ryan.
Why would you replace Russell Wilson?
Because he sucks.
One game.
He sucks.
You're up against a hot defense. Go ahead.
And then, so I replace him with Matt Ryan, who, by the way, gets like 33 points. Who destroys it the second week. Now, we're down to the very last game of the week against my new matchup. I need 3.4 points from Adrian Peterson, my number one draft pick, the MVP of the NFL, who should score 3 touchdowns a game and have 18 points.
He goes
out
down
in the third quarter with a knee injury and is out for possibly the season.
Well, he's got the ankle and the knee.
I could not have a worse team. Danny Woodhead goes out injured. Adrian Peterson goes out injured. I suck in fantasy football.
Well, no,
I never should have got in.
Those are injuries. The problem with fantasy football is
everything.
It's everything, yeah, pretty much. But you got to be a real football fan to, you don't always take the stars. You don't always take the Tom Bradys and the Russell Wilsons.
Well, I mean, Russell Wilson. He played
First
the
of all,
LA.
how'd you get Russell Wilson? He was available.
Yes, I was like number.
You're playing with some dumb shits.
I don't know. Everybody else seems to be getting like hundreds of points a week, and I can barely break 80. So it's like I suck.
By the way, everybody always thinks
football.
I'm the one to call.
Yeah.
I wouldn't even get that. Nothing.
I couldn't
and the
tell
Final
you.
Four when you do your brackets. There's a law firm in Denver once. No, I'm not gonna. Never mind.
But there's these
they
things
want to
where
pay me money to come and help.
There's
me
the things where you can now go on, and I'm thinking about going on and buying advice about how to get how to get the hell out of this.
DraftKing.com.
Yeah.
It's kept the NFL alive. People always say, "Why is the NFL so popular?" It's gambling.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm just going to say.
Well, it's now
gambling.
now DraftKings goes, and I think every weekend you can win $1 million on DraftKings just in fantasy football.
You can?
Yeah.
Well, that's a commercial, but
I know. I think every weekend there's a pool where you get in, and I mean you're
and
in
the
it.
odds are
like lottery, but
Right.
it is what it is. So
it's what's kept the NFL alive. People always say, "Why?" Well, the NFL is a great sport, by the way.
Great sport.
Fun to watch. It's a Sunday deal, Thursday deal, Monday deal.
Yeah.
It's on every day, but it's all about the gambling.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm telling you, I don't think it's going to be long before gambling is going to be available at stadiums. I don't know anything.
I don't think you're ever going to see it get that
No.
far, but I do think that what you're going to have is because I mean, look, you can go over now, and I have a lot of. When I was on the PGA tour, there were a lot of caddies that would gamble heavily. And
Does
they
anybody
would-
gamble on golf?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
You
DraftKings
do?
has a whole thing on golf. But the great thing is they would buy these tickets through these gambling sites where you could actually, like, for example, if you had a player that you could go to day 3 and they would buy you out. So they would if you had the odds, they would give you less odds and buy your ticket back so that you wouldn't have to win as much money. It's
I'm
crazy.
so glad that I don't gamble.
I am too. I don't.
I mean, I'm honest. I'm being honest because, coming up on 8 years sober, you're coming up on like 1,000 years, right? How many?
So
How many?
15 now.
Yeah, that's 1,000. World record's 24 hours, by the way. But anyway, with gambling, we both know a lot of gamblers, and their lives are ruined,
It's ruined.
even if they're in recovery.
No, I spent 9 years doing shows in Vegas, and
Oh,
to watch
God.
people go through. I had a friend. This is a great story. I had a friend one time who was a crazy gambler,
Right.
and he went out one night and he was down, I think, like $80,000-$90,000, and just got hammered drunk, and woke up the next day out of a blackout, and had actually somehow flipped it and won like $120,000. So he paid back all his markers, $120,000. But the part about it is like, well, he doesn't remember anything. So I mean, it's like on one hand, it's great he woke up and was $120,000 richer. But I mean, when you gamble that kind of money, that money doesn't really mean as much. I mean, it means a lot to me. It means a lot to most
To
people.
me,
But
I'm a $50 guy, maybe.
but I
Maybe.
mean, there's some kind of. I mean, gambling's supposed to be fun. There's supposed to be something fun about it. But when you're going to that extent, he doesn't even remember the fun part about winning.
Yeah.
So what's fun about it?
Here's gambling. Hit me. What? All right, there goes that money. I mean, and you go, wait, what? What just happened here?
Well, have you ever been like my mom? My mom, God love her, she
Get a
goes
16. Hit me. Get a 7.
My mom lives in Oklahoma and goes to all those little Indian casinos, and she plays those crazy slot machines, those
Right.
crazy nickel
Yeah.
penny slot. And I was like, but there's no fun in it because how do you know when 12 stars, a princess, and a seahorse, come up that you actually won something? And it's like, how do you know how many seahorses and princesses you have to get with the gold and silver coin before you win, 8 times your money and you play 44 lines? What's the fun in it?
I swear to God, I was in.
It's just like hit me in the face and let's just see what happens.
I was at the airport somewhere where they have slot. I guess it had to be Vegas, right?
Yeah.
They got slot machines. I don't know why it wouldn't be Vegas. So I'm waiting in that Vegas to LA
Yeah.
line, and there's slot machines, and I don't play slots, but I'm bored. I got an hour
Yeah,
late, so
yeah.
I go over and I put a small amount of money in the slot machine,
Yeah.
like a
20 or what?
quarter.
Yeah.
Ding 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 ding. $700, and the whole area is like, wow. I swear on my father and my mother's grave, I go to the slot machine next to it and put a coin in it. Ding, 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 ding. So $1,400
Wow.
in like a matter of 10 seconds. That's how people get hooked on gambling.
Yeah. That's
What do they do with that money? I saved it. In fact, I'm going to give it to you right now.
Yeah, I think that'd be good.
No, but gambling, and just the way it ruins people's lives. I mean, first of all, going to Vegas, getting drunk, playing blackjack for half an hour, that's fine.
There's
to me.
nothing wrong with
But when
that.
you're sitting there and you got your mortgage on the line,
Yeah, and it's
you
crazy.
got to call your wife and say we can't send the kids to college.
Yeah, and I mean, there's always the fun. There's always the fun bets you do with your buddies, the $5, $10 bets. That's fun. There's a lot of fun in that. But when you get into where
There's
you're
a little bit of reward in that, in beating your friend.
Well, yeah, there is a little. And by the way, CBS Sports had messed up the calculations of the my fantasy football thing, so I actually ended up winning, even though Adrian Peterson gone out. I actually won by 0.6 points, and my friend called me because I had texted him on Sunday night. I was in Kansas City. He was here, and I was like, cursing out Adrian Peterson and how bad I
See, now
suck.
that's why. Don't ever call me about
Yeah,
fantasy football.
And then I won. And then when he called me yesterday and said I'd won, I go, oh, yeah, and suck it. And I hung the phone on him.
I swear to God, it's keeping football alive.
Yeah.
But it's just, I mean,
Yeah, it
if,
is,
if we can give any advice, don't gamble.
Yeah, don't gamble.
I mean,
But enjoy your fun little leagues where you can tell your buddies to suck it when you win by
Right.
0.4 points. Those are fun.
Well, I was with somebody who lost $100,000 in one hand
Oh,
in Vegas. I'll tell you who it was later.
yeah.
Somebody everybody knows. We're almost done.
We're almost done. Another great week. Thanks so much.
What are you doing this week?
This week I will be at the Comedy Store in Los Angeles.
Goodbye.